Well. What do we have here? New people coming in, people on the trading block, and it's a big day on Monday night. So, without further ado, let's get straight to it.
What's up, this B-Miss, man? Check out Off the Bench anytime you get a chance.
Hey, Off the Bench, it's 89. Check it out.
What up? What's good? What's happening? It's your boy Big Herb here, and welcome to another episode of Off the Bench. We are on the road to 1,000 subs. So please, before we go any further, go ahead and like, comment, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell for more videos on the way. So, ladies and gentlemen, usually I would go ahead and start off with going ahead and saying that, hey, this is the know your opponent type episode and everything, but we got some big news on the that's going on right now, and that is Brian Thomas Jr. is on the trading block. For whatever reason, I have no clue. I don't know why, and I'm not even going to ask any questions. Even though I should. I mean, that's what you should do. But Brian Thomas Jr., the second year 23-year-old who just turned 23, wide receiver from the Jacksonville Jaguars, is on the trading block. For what reason? I do not know. I genuinely am trying to figure this out, because why would you go ahead and let go of a 1,200-yard receiver who we already need receiver? Because, I mean, yeah, we got two players coming back, and we'll get into that later on. But we got two players coming back, and we also have a situation going on with the rest of the wide receiver corps. Noah Brown is pretty much done for the season. And I mean, I just, like I say every single episode, three things in life are guaranteed: death, taxes, and Noah Brown injuries. This whole entire situation, I do not know why he is on the trading block. But at the same time, I do know the potential there. And I do realize that this is the same guy who was teammates with JD5. And the future would be immaculate if you have him on there as well. I know we got some comments in the comment section. As always, Lil C. White is on. The Jaguars are listening to calls on Brian Thomas Jr., even if a move feels highly unlikely. They're also shopping for defense, per Diana Rossini, and heard Washington is one of those teams. He also says that so very interested to see if Washington makes an offer, especially with that being Jaden Daniels' best friends. Yeah, I am sitting here like, okay, first things first, I want to go ahead and say this. This is just me, so don't take my word for it. This is, you make your own assumptions on it. Diana Rossini, I'm not going to sit here and shit on anything that she has to say, but a lot of things that she says, I take with a grain of salt, because she's hit and miss on a lot of things. So I caution you with this information coming out, take a little bit of time to just dwell on it, because a lot of times she just shoots for the caption, the clicks and everything like that. So that's just me. If you feel like you need to go ahead and see what she's saying is gospel, hey, all good. Me personally, I'm taking it with a grain of salt. I will believe it when I see it. When I actually see more than just her, people coming out there like your Adam Schefters and everybody else like that, coming out there saying that, yeah, Brian Thomas Jr. is on the trade block. Yeah. And just because we're talking about it, let's go and get down to the nitty-gritty about it. I mean, you have a situation where we don't have a lot of around a lot of picks to give up. They are looking for defensive players. So in the comment section, tell me what you think as far as who would you give up for Brian Thomas Jr. Like I said, we got the whole entire situation with Brian Thomas Jr. being 23 years old. He just turned 23. Had a 1,200-yard season, 10 touchdowns, and I think about 82 catches. So with that production, this year he has had a couple of drop pass. He had some drop passes and everything. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't believe in Trevor Lawrence. I don't feel like he's that guy. I'm not really sure if he's the answer for the Jaguars, but hey, that's something that they got to figure out. That's not my problem. But I will say this. If you're going to go ahead and trade somebody like a Brian Thomas Jr., and we are like pretty old in that receiver area with Debo getting ready to turn 30, and what's his name? Terry just turned 30 this year, early this year. Yeah, it's something to look at because Debo is in a contract year. We don't know if he's going. I mean, granted, I think he's been the team's MVP so far. I would resign him to like a 2-year deal. But as far as like everything else, you got to kind of look at it as far as like, look, this kid could be the future. And if he comes on to this team and you're looking at it from a standpoint of where it's just like, well, we might have to kick the tires on that. What exactly are you giving up for it? Me personally, I know we only have a first round pick. We don't have a second. I believe we have a third, no fourth, and a fifth, and a couple, 6 and 2 7s, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on it. I think that's what we have. But I'm also looking at see like what's going on as far as with that situation, being like, hey, what would you give up for it? And would you do a player swap or add a couple picks on it? Because I mean, he is a first round draft pick. He had like I said, he had a 1,200-yard receiving year, 10 touchdowns, 82 catches. Lil C. White says in the comments section, the belief to get Brian Thomas is a second and first round pick. That's all it takes to get. That's all it would take, and I'll give up Noah or Johnny Newton. Also says. Or I meant to say 1 or a second round pick and a defensive player. Truth be told, my thing is this. I'm only giving up. Let's say this. I play this game. I'm not giving up any defensive players because number one, the only defensive players that I got on this team that's young, that's kind of good, like that's decent. They probably don't want, and then on top of that, like I'm gonna have to give out the young guys. I'm not trying to give away my nucleus. So with that being said, I'll give you a first round draft pick. I'm not giving you an extra second. So if I give you a first round draft pick, and with just thinking about it, I mean, you're pretty much just doing a pick swap. I mean, you're giving me what's his name? You're giving me Brian BTJ. But I'm also giving you a first round draft pick as well. So with that being without thinking much more about it, that's what I would do. I'm not against a defensive player, but it's also got to be a defensive player who is like, I'm willing to give up. I'm not willing to give up Daron Payne and a first round draft pick. I'll give you Daron Payne. If you want to do a player swap, I'll do that. I'd rather do a player swap. I'd rather give you Daron Payne, who is having a fabulous season this year. You said you needed defensive help. There's your defensive help. For Brian Thomas Jr., and if I'm not mistaken, Daron Payne is like 28, 29. If I'm not, as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and look this up right now because let me see. Daron Payne is... One second. Ron Payne. His age is 28. He'll be 29 by next season. So I'll give Daron Payne up for Brian Thomas Jr. I mean, I just don't know how much we're going to be able to give away for our draft picks because it's a lot to give up. And here's the thing, for whatever reason, they're going to try to go ahead and see if they could go ahead and get as much as they can out of them, even though that raises questions. Why would you trade away a really good wide receiver. 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns, 82 catches for a 22-year-old last year. Why would you give this away? I have questions. I think as far as just the Hornets situation going on over there, I think the Jaguars are a good team. I just don't know how much I trust them. And it just raises a lot of questions if you're giving up one of your star players. But this is what we were coming in here for today. Like I said, we're going to move on to the Hornets, our opponent this week, and that is the Kansas City Chiefs, the runner-up in the Super Bowl last year. And they've been going through a lot of injuries just to start off as far as just the information on them. Currently, they're 4-3. They had a shutout last week against the Raiders, 31-0. First, and ironically, first shutout game for Andy Reid in his whole entire Hall of Fame career. So shout out to him for that. They're getting all their weapons back at the right time as far as with their receiving corps. Patrick Mahomes has been fabulous. He's on a tear. He's on his MVP type caliber season that he's been putting out pretty much his whole career. This guy's almost been in the league for almost 10 years, and he's just been a stellar player in this league. I'm just like, man, I feel like this guy is he's on the road to be the GOAT at some point. Still got 4. I can't say 4 because TB12 got 7. So you gotta get 5 more in order to be considered the GOAT at this point, bro. So with that being said, I think as far as just going into this game, it's gonna be very hard trying to stop them. Their defense is really good, led by Chris Jones. What's the name? A couple. Their safety, their secondary is really good, very talented. We also got the situation with Nick Bolton, who is their standout linebacker. He's really good. I just believe that this is going to be one of those games where you're going to have to be in a dogfight. Defense over the last few weeks has not been stellar, not even been close to like good at all. So I expect the Kansas City Chiefs to put up a lot of points in this game. But here's the good news. The one thing I will go ahead and say, we got Debo and we got Scary Terry coming back. So that's a good thing. That's good to know as far as with them. But on the flip side, we do have JD5 who's not going to be playing. And to be completely honest, I was actually looking forward to this game, this matchup early in the year, because we got one of the greatest players to ever play with Patrick Mahomes going against our GOAT, JD5. It was something to be desired. But yeah, Lil C. White says, the defensive line this week is going to be interested in. It's going to be interesting. I bring that up because from what Quinn and Witt was saying, it's going to Louvu and Newton on the edge and Payne and Kinlaw in the interior. Now, I'm interested to see how this whole entire situation is going to be, mainly because, like Lil Chris said, they're going to be switching things up. And from what they're being told, what we're being told is that not only is they're going to be switching things up, not just schematically, but they're also talking about personnel as well. You got McGee coming in. They say he's going to be playing a little bit, some more snaps. And the limited snaps that he's been producing, he's actually been producing very well. Kay Madrano has also been said to be coming in, making some more playing some more snaps this Monday. And I'm going to be completely honest. I believe that shit when I see it, because I do not have any trust in this defense. You've been saying, it's the players and this, that, and the third. But dude, there's sometimes when it's schematically just doesn't look good. So, I mean, it's on both ends. I'm not just going to put all of it on Witt. I'm not just going to put all of it on the players. It's a mixture of both. with the injuries, the whole entire situation with Witt going on, and it looks like he don't even know half the shit that he's going what he's doing at times. The players don't even look like they're not disciplined. 11 penalties last week for over 120 yards. That's a problem. Majority of it was on defense. Now, I will say there was some plays to where, look, you got what's the name, Marshawn Lattimore, who we all feel a certain type of way about, but let's keep it a buck. There was that one play before the half where he got dotted up on. That was just a great play. You can't knock it. Dak put that shit on the money, and he went ahead and caught it. And like, so, I mean, he was draped on him. I don't know what else you can do. Yeah, we're mad because that's Marshawn Lattimore, but we have to call a spade a spade. I was sitting there cussing out the TV. Oh, motherfucker, you can't cover shit. You can't even. I mean, you're terrible. This, that, and the third. And I went pretty hard on him. I went off on him last week. But at the same time, looking at that play, what else could you have done? Now, defense, as far as tackling and all that other shit, yeah, that's a whole different ball game, dog. Like, dude, you gotta fucking tackle. There's been plenty of times in the backfield when Louisville had people dead to rights, and him whiffing on these tackles. As much as I love Screw Loose Oos, there are times where he can't fucking tackle. And for the love of God, I don't understand it because you're in position. So just finish off the job. But enough of that, man. Let's get into the keys to victory. So for starters, Dan Quinn has always been the type of guy to where he's going to go ahead and put defense on the field first. So with that being said, we already know, unless you plan a way to go ahead and stop them by forcing a punt or forcing a kick. Well, if that's the case, if you go in there and actually do that and put us into a position to where you can go ahead and just stop them let them just score 3, you got to score. You got to put 7 on the board, not 3. You got to put 7 on the board. We can't play around with this team. This is one of those games where you're going to have to score early and often. Now, another thing that I will say as far as this, you got to win time of possession. Time of possession is key because the longer that Patrick Mahomes is on the field, the longer this whole entire game is going to be, especially with these fast wide receivers that they got that finally at full health. And they're coming along at the same time right now. And you got to look at it from the standpoint of this. It's not just one receiver just having that's balling out. You got everybody is touching the ball. 9 people in the last game got a catch. 9 people got a catch on that team last week. So Patrick Mahomes is passing the ball to everybody. Everybody's eating. So you got to make sure that you just do whatever it is you can to go ahead and stop him and score early and often by going ahead and controlling the clock. Another thing, it's a tall task, especially seeing that we have 3 linemen, 3 defensive ends out. It's a tall task. I don't know how the fuck they're going to do it. I don't know. Maybe find a sniper, and I'm joking. Well, maybe you just find a way to take out Patrick Mahomes before the whole entire game starts. Maybe that's the only way because I don't see it happening. But you got to put pressure on Patrick Mahomes. You got to put pressure on him. That's the only way that you're going to be able to actually stop him from dominating this game. Because the defense has not shown it. Here's the thing. I hope that I'm wrong. I hope that they go ahead and have a situation to where they can go ahead and just say, like, hey, I'm going to put other people in positions. Go ahead and have better, faster players because this is a slow defense. Have players that's coming in there and be able to slow this whole entire offense down. Lil C. White says, and shout out to Lil C. White, who's constantly having something to say in the comment section. So giving him a shout out. Believe we will be able to get the ball over this Chiefs defense, especially with both Terry and Debo back, because it opens up everything. I fully agree with you on that. You look at the last 2 games. Debo was not himself against the Bears. Debo didn't play against the Cowboys. And Terry has been out since the Raiders game. 4 games in a row that he's been out. So with both of those guys out, it's like, oh, okay, well, we know that you ain't got no receivers out there. So shit, just load the box. With Terry coming back, with Debo coming back, that's going to open up so much for everybody else. And Lil C. White, you're right on. You're on the money today, bro. Like, for real. I honestly believe with them coming back in this game, it's going to open up so many situations for Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, C-Rod, McNichols, not JD, what's his name? Mariota. Mariota runs that option, the run option very well, way better than JD. And at times it looks like JD, he already picked what he's going to do. He's not reading the defender on read option plays, and that kind of just pisses me off. As great as he is, I just hope that he actually works on that sometime soon. But another key to victory is you got to force turnovers. Tall task, I know. Mikey Standish still only has 2 interceptions on the year, and that leads the team. I mean, for Lord, Jesus Christ. We got players in the NFL right now with 3 interceptions, and that's more than what we have on the year, period. We only have 3 interceptions on the whole entire season. That's the problem. We have to do better in that realm. And another thing that we got to do better, tackling. This team has a lot of receivers on their team that do their damage on run after catch. So you got to go ahead and lay them down once they get that ball. Don't go in there flying and trying to whiff and everything. Look here, square, get to that person, slow down, get in position, make the form tackle. That's it. It's basic. I know it's probably easier said than done in the NFL. Look here, I'm not in the NFL, but you guys are. You need to do better as far as like making basic ass tackles. Just because you're in the position to go ahead and make a play, you got to make the play. You just can't sit there and just be like, oh my God, I was just with them. You can't have a situation like we had against the Bears. Going ahead and whiffing the tackle, and you have the running back running down the field 55 yards. You can't have that. We are way past this shit. This is a must-win game. This game is. We need this victory for the life of us. I mean, I know it's a tall task, but we got to walk in here on Monday night and be competitive. And with Debo and Scary Taylor coming in, I feel way confident than I did before. I feel like we could actually win this thing if JD was in. So with that being said, that's my keys to victory. And before we go any further, be sure to hit that like, comment in the comment section, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. It doesn't take that much time to do. 10 seconds at the most. And especially if you're one of those slow typers like boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I'm one of those guys. I'm getting old. I'm sorry. But yeah, please be sure to hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification as well. In the comment section, Lil C. White once again is over here saying we need to be maintain third rounds and keep Mahomes thirds and keep Mahomes over the field and control the clock. Yes, he meant to say manageable third downs. Yeah, I agree. Because my thing is this: if you're constantly working at 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. That's going to be a problem, dude. Mahomes is a GOAT for a reason. He literally would just go ahead and just start ping, 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 ping. We can't be on 3rd and 7 and you playing 10 yards deep. Come on, man. We have to do better with that. We have to maintain. And even here's the thing. Usually when you run a defense like that, you're usually blitzing. There's a lot of times when they're not blitzing on there. And there's a lot of times where they don't even get to the quarterback. This is a offensive line that's actually really good, so we need to do better with that. but getting into the next part, the X factor. My X factor is Debo. So tucking your chain. You got to look at it like this. This team has been way better when Debo is on the field. We're able to move the chains. We're able to do whatever it is that we need to do. If he can run the ball, he can pass. He can catch passes out the backfield. He has the whole entire defense wondering where the hell he's gonna go. And then with him and having what's his name, Scary Terry on the other end, it's gonna be something to look at. And I'm looking for Debo to have a good game this week. Mariota knows how to work with him. And the one thing that's great about it is that you have what's the name, Cliff Kingsbury, who's actually going in and saying like, "Hey, I'm gonna cater the ball, the plays to what Marcus Mariota feels is good. Not just going ahead and just sticking like this is my game, this is my playbook, and then you don't run this shit. It's not one of those." Lucy White also says the X factor is the defensive line. Needs to take advantage of the Chiefs' injuries on the offensive line, with both Josh Simmons and Trey Smith both out Monday night. My dude, you are cooking with grease, my G. Dude, you want to come on the show? So, you're cooking with grease over here, bro. No, all jokes aside, though. But no, yes, you have to take advantage of that. You have to. And the one thing, it's kind of like, damn. Because all three of your starting defensive ends are out for the season. Could you imagine if now one thing I will say, Jacob Martin played a hell of a game these last couple weeks. You had a whole entire situation going on with what's the name? You had Von Miller had a sack last week. He was actually showing up. Hopefully he could go ahead and tap into his AFC West dominance that he's been doing over the last couple weeks. Because I mean, against the what's the name of it? The Chargers, he got a sack. Against the Raiders, he got a sack. Hopefully against the Chiefs, he can go ahead and get himself a sack. And maybe later on in a couple weeks, you playing the Broncos, you can go ahead and do something like that. Just a thought, my guy. I mean, just a thought. But my thing is this, as far as thinking about what you said, C. White, is that yeah, we have to go ahead and figure this out, because you have a situation where we could have had Dorrance Armstrong coming in here working on his getting his sack party. Pause. Go ahead and get his whole entire the QB pressure but like I said, you got to pressure Mahomes the whole entire time. He was fifth in the league at the time before his injury with 5 sacks in 5 games. And I mean, we have to go ahead and find a way to get pressure. And with Simmons and Smith out, that's going to be something to really look forward to. The next one that we're going to go into, players to watch. My players to watch, I got a few of them, and they all on offense. Spoiler alert. Bill, Jacory Krosky-Merritt. He has Debo and Terry coming back in, so that should open up the lanes for him and get a better situation as far as with running. You got C-Rod, you got what's the name, Marcus Mariota, who should be able to go ahead and feast on this line. This offensive line that we have is still one of the top in the league, and I put that against anybody's defensive line. I truly believe that we're one of the best in the league. We don't generate a lot of sacks as far as giving up sacks or anything like that. We are actually one of the best in the league when it comes down to it. Now, people want to go ahead and say, well, Herb, what about Josh Connolly Jr.? Shut the fuck up. The dude went up against Burns in week 1 and the whole entire New York Giants dominant pass rush. You went up against Michael Parsons, who's arguably playing like a defensive player of the year. And then you went up against Max Crosby, one of the best pass rushers in the league. 3 straight weeks. This kid has actually been doing pretty good. Minus what the Jadeveon Clowney's clown ass is talking about. Because I saw a lot of plays in there where he really wasn't doing shit. My man's sitting up there calling Josh Connolly Jr. Some shit, but yet, dude, you haven't even generated 10 sacks in the season, and you're a first overall pick. You were supposed to be that generational talent. I don't know what the fuck happened in your career. You're on like Team 7 and you talking about other people are shit. I check and see what the hell I'm talking about. I would check your game before you check somebody else's. And then on top of that, he's a rookie. So stop with the bullshit. Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin is definitely one player that I'm actually looking forward to seeing. With that, with having Debo out there, it's going to open up the lanes for everybody. It's going to open up the running situations, but it's also going to open up a lot of work for Terry. So I feel like Terry coming in is going to be just fine. We're gonna be able to be very productive in this passing offense. I trust it. Now, does this mean that we're gonna get the W? Yeah, we're far from that. Another person, Marcus Mariota. Yeah, we don't have 5, but Terry and Debo, like I've been saying this whole entire podcast, is coming back, and he has weapons. It's not a situation where last week he was throwing the motherfuckers that's third or fourth team or practice squad players. You got 2 quality receivers coming in next week that you only had 2 games to play with together. I mean, what else could we want? Last but not least, let's get into the injuries. So we are going to be pretty good because we got Debo, we got Scary Terry coming back, Colson Yankoff and JD5 are the only 2 who won't be playing. Yes, Sam Cosmi had a back injury, but apparently he's good to go. And Deron Payne, who had a foot injury, he's apparently good to go as well. So John Johnson is supposed to be coming back, so that's somebody to look forward to. I'm actually, as much as I was like the sky is falling last week, I'm coming back because I feel like Al Pacino in Godfather 3. Every time I try to walk away, they just pulling me right back in. Like I just feel like this team they can finally go ahead and if they start making adjustments. Like one of the things that they were talking about is having John Johnson as going in as a slot corner, putting Mikey Sanders still back out on the outside cornerback, and possibly moving. And I don't think about this, but having Marshawn Lynch as safety, because that whole entire situation in the secondary looks pretty damn bad. And I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to be watching to see exactly what's going to happen with that because I have so many questions. Kane Madrano, Mark McGee, who has been 2 players who has been told that, oh, these guys are fast, these guys can cover, these guys can do this, these guys can do that. Well, why the fuck aren't they playing? It takes us going under 500 for you to actually get them in the game. I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on with that. Lil C. White says something to monitor is Deron Payne. DQ said today they will make a decision on his availability for Monday night. So it's uncertain, but from what people are saying, he should be a go. Just like I said earlier, I think that he's going to be able to play because he had full practice yesterday. So it's something to look at. It's something to monitor. But at the same time, I do believe that he's going to be able to play. Another injury that I'm trying to think. I think I hit all the injuries as far as I'm concerned. So that's something to look out for. Yeah, I mean, what's my thoughts as far as this game? I definitely see us losing. And it's mainly because Patrick Mahomes is on the other side. Patrick Mahomes is already, he's not even 30 years old, ladies and gentlemen, and he's already a Hall of Famer. He's been to 5 Super Bowls and won 3. I mean, just let that, and he's not even 30 yet. This defense is always, I don't know what the hell just happened with that. I'm sorry about that. This defense has been very good this year for the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's something just to look at as well. Yeah, man. I mean, it's gonna be a tough one. The one thing I will say is that with having Debo and Scary Terry coming back, this is definitely gonna be competitive. I will say that. I look for the running game to be a little bit more productive. Seeing that the last couple of weeks we went up against two of the worst defenses when it comes to running, and they were able to just put 8 in the box. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen when we actually open up this offense. I think that it's not going to be as big as a Jaden Daniels game is, but I do think that it's going to be a situation where it's going to be competitive, and that's what all you can ask for. I want to send a shout out to my dad and my uncle. They're actually in Kansas City right now, on their way. Well, actually, they're not on their way. They left this morning. They're going to be at the game on Monday, so hopefully they'll have a great time, have some barbecue, and hopefully we can get this win. Guys, like I said earlier in the show, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching Off the Bench. Please be sure to hit that like, comment in the comment section, hit that bell for the notification, and subscribe to the channel. Like I say every single episode, help me grow so I can do more. Oh, one more thing before we roll out. Lil C White says, and shout out to Lil C White, man. You've been so you helping this channel grow by putting your comments in the comment section, and I appreciate every single thing that you put in here, dude. Whether I agree or disagree with you, I appreciate you. Control the clock and keep Mahomes off the field. Get the turnovers, but Joe Witt promises the turnovers are going to show up versus KC. Don't make promises you can't keep, bro. I feel like goddamn Hawkeye in Avengers. Don't give me hope. Just don't give me hope, okay? I can't take it. Seriously. You give me hope. And you go ahead and do some shit like this, like going ahead and holding the Chiefs to 17 points, and then lay an egg against the Seahawks next week. I promise you, I will go to the facility and I will fight you. Don't give me hope, dude. Look here, I don't want to do that. Don't give me hope. Because after that makes me want to fight. I'm just saying. But guys, shout out to Lil C White for being in the comment section, holding it down. Shout out to everybody who's watching this. Like I said, every single episode help me grow so I could do more. Hit that like, comment, share, and that bell notification and the subscribe button. Guys, like we do every single time, left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. Peace.